Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Campaign Show. I am your host, Patrick Howley, and happy Friday to everyone. I hope everyone is going to enjoy their weekend. I was hoping to go hang out on the beach, but it's raining where I am, so I think that's pretty much a metaphor for the national mood. America is in an economic breakdown. It's in a military breakdown, essentially, because they can't figure out how to defeat Russia, these globalist oligarchs in the Biden regime. We're in a spiritual meltdown, a cultural meltdown. A meltdown when it comes to law and order. There's chaos anywhere. America's also having a nervous breakdown, an emotional breakdown, a lot of feels going on, and basically just things are awful. However, one of the good things is that we've got the Campaign Show. We have a growing freedom movement, a growing truth movement, and the politicians of yesteryear, these empty suit cutouts who go into politics simply to screw people over and, shill for the establishment that hates the people. These politicians are not getting any respect anymore. And frankly, when you look at somebody like Ron DeSantis, whose poll numbers went extremely downhill after these toxic influencers became simps for him on the Christina Pushaw team, proving that the toxic influencers are actually a net negative for the campaign. And by the way, Will Chamberlain, not Wilt Chamberlain, the awesome basketball legend, but Will Chamberlain, the nerd rhino tool, is no longer employed by the DeSantis campaign. So maybe he can pull himself up by his bootstraps. But Ron DeSantis, here he is. Yeah, I mean, we've seen Trump, a man of the people, a people's champ, out there, engaging with the people. The people love him, whether he's at a pizza parlor or anywhere he goes. Even if he's like driving in a motorcade to be railroaded by the deep state and the criminal justice system, people are just on the side of the road holding up signs. Go Donald, we love you. Ron DeSantis is not having that effect on people. Quite the opposite. Here is Ron DeSantis basically scolding a little girl for eating an icy.
Yeah, it's good to meet you too. Oh, what is that? An icy? Yeah, that's probably a lot of sugar, huh? Good to see you.
There's probably a lot of sugar there. That's good. When you're out in the stump on Iowa, make passive-aggressive comments to a little girl eating an icy. Yeah, this guy's a real rocket train to the White House. What a campaign.
There's a lot of sugar in that. She's 5. She doesn't know what sugar is. Her mouth is blue, and she's happy. Leave her alone.
She's probably not too excited about seeing Ron DeSantis, though. Daddy, the awkward man made a comment about my icy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of snakes in politics. I've experienced this. I've seen them. I've been unable to charm them. I've been unable to be a snake charmer, really, for a lot of these snakes in politics. They continue to not like me very much. They don't like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. either, because Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is soaring in the polls and highest favorability ratings in the race. And he just, unlike Ron DeSantis, he has a way with people. And one of the things that he does have the common touch. And basically a lot of politicians think that they have to be like Hillary Clinton when she does her redneck voice, or Obama when he gets into his, talking about Uncle Pookie and he tries to do his black preacher Chicago kind of style of oration. They feel as though they have to like change their voice, change their mannerisms in order to appeal to the people who they consider to be less than them. Whereas Robert F. Kennedy Jr. seems almost aristocratic in some ways, does not try to tone down the sophistication of his language or the way that he speaks, and yet he just has the common touch because he seems like a genuine guy. Here's an example of that. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talking about some snakes in real life and in politics. Oh, wait, here's Kennedy.
It's been a long time since the president and his family have been subjected to such a heavy barrage of teasing and fun-poking and satire. I mean, there have been books on backstairs at the White House, and cartoon books with clever sayings, and photo albums with balloons and the rest, and now a smash hit record. Can you tell us whether you read and listen to these things and whether they produce annoyment or enjoyment?
Annoyment.
No, yes, I have read them and listened to them. Actually, I listened to Mr. Meader's record, but I thought it sounded more like Teddy than it did me. But
This next clip's awesome. JFK was the man.
Mr. President, the Democratic platform in which you ran for election promises to work for equal rights for women, including equal pay, to wipe out job opportunity discriminations. Now, you have made efforts on behalf of others. What have you done for the women according to the promises of the platform?
well, I'm sure we haven't done enough, and
John F. Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. John F. Kennedy, those
I
were
must
the
say
days.
I am
That was
a
class.
strong believer in equal pay for equal work, and I think that we ought to do better than we're doing, and I'm glad that you reminded me of it.
Well, I'm sure we haven't done enough. He would keep that lady at the press conferences for comic relief, and she just asked some hilarious questions and just allowed him to, dunk all over the reporters in the room. When she would ask about some asinine issue, and he would be like, yes, ma'am, I'll get right on that. My top priority. Anyway, we love John F. Kennedy stuff, Camelot, the whole deal. And now we've got Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in the presidential race. So here is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talking about the snakes, baby.
First question I want to ask you. Have you ever been bitten by one of the rattlesnakes that you catch with your bare hand?
I've never been bitten by a poison snake, but I've been bitten by a lot of other snakes.
Oh, wow. So they were like, practice before you got to the rattlesnake. You had to master your technique.
As a politician, that answer could have a bunch of different meanings to it. Been bitten by a bunch of different other guys.
That's how I heard it. Yeah. Metaphorically, yeah.
That was my first. Is that so?
Wow.
Well, that's so, too. I've been bitten by literal snakes, too.
Yeah.
I was with my kids in Ecuador one time on a plantation, or a banana plantation, and there were canals in it, and they were taking when they caught the snakes in the canals, they would throw them into a cage, and so there were about 20 or 30 of them in a cage, and I reached in to grab one of them, and a lot of them bit me all at once.
Why?
But they, when they bite, these are like little anacondas and boa constrictors. When they bite you, they leave their teeth in you. And some of those teeth didn't come out of my hand for over a year.
What? Wow.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you know that the teeth do that when you reach for the snake?
Yeah, I did, but I hadn't had that experience before. I was surprised about how many of them decided to bite me.
You're surprised?
Wow, that's a lot. They're like, it's a Kennedy, get him!
That's actually really funny. Even the snakes are like, get him.
See, even though he's, comes from a privileged background, obviously, this political dynasty, he just has the common touch. He seems like a genuine guy, and he doesn't try to pretend to be something that he's not. You don't hear him with the drawl out there like, where do I find a corn dog around here? Or, when Hillary does her little fake voice. It's so sad. Well, President Donald Trump said something pretty interesting. It looks like the Trump team is maybe getting a little bit nervous about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., though, of course, he is chipping away at Joe Biden, which theoretically helps Trump if you accept the premise that it's going to be Trump against Biden in the general and that the Democrats are going to rig it against RFK Jr. But now you even see Trump wondering, is Robert going to run as an independent? And then, of course, you have a lot of people on the Trump side saying, hey, how about a Trump RFK Jr. ticket? But I don't know if that would sit too well with Robert. I don't know if Robert would necessarily want to have a totally ceremonial position answering to maybe Jared Kushner. But here's Donald Trump getting a little nervous, it seems like.
If he runs, though, as a third-party candidate, what do you think that does in this next election?
I don't know, but he's got great support in the party. Yeah. He's got, in the Democrat Party, he's got 20%. I saw a poll today, 23% of the vote. That's a lot of vote. And so I don't know. It's would he run as an independent? He'd get a lot of votes, I can tell you.
Yeah, it's a lot of people like you and him as a combination too. I don't think that can happen, but have you ever thought about that? Trump Kennedy looks good on a bumper sticker.
No, but people have suggested it. I read the same things that you do. And there are a lot of people suggesting it. There's no question about that. No, I've known him over the years. He's a smart guy and well-intentioned. I really believe he's very well-intentioned.
His voice is a little different there now recently since Robert's surge in the polls. A little interesting. I know how Trump's mind works, and make no mistake, he's saying nice things now, but I know the wheels are working in Donald's brain going, we might have an issue here. So nobody's asked Robert F. Kennedy Jr., to my knowledge, or maybe they have, but I think Robert would probably maybe have a little issue with the whole VP speculation thing, because, of course, the vice president is meaningless. You know what the vice president can do? The vice president can stop the certification of a fraudulent election, but Mike Pence, yet another not such a great hire, totally betrayed America and Western civilization and threw and punted the election for the establishment last time during election overtime and went ahead and helped to certify the fraudulent election. So I don't really see Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Taking on that kind of role, especially if they do another Operation Warp Speed kind of vaccine thing for whatever the next scamdemic is going to be next time around. Well, Justin Trudeau, ladies and gentlemen, one of my least favorite people. Justin Trudeau does not have the common touch. Of all the people,
he sucks, yeah.
Of all the people in politics who I can think of, Justin Trudeau does not have the common touch, and people really don't like him. And this clip replays a few times, but it's funny. Here is Justin Trudeau, trying to take a little picture with somebody, and the guy doesn't seem to like Justin Trudeau too much.
Trudeau must go! 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 Trudeau must go!
Trudeau must go out of the political realm. I mean, he's annoying everyone. He's annoying me. I don't even live in his country. Just being neighbors with that guy, I'm not a big fan. I look up north, and, you got Justin Trudeau up there. It's not good. And by the way, there's a really big border security problem on the northern border, which a lot of people don't talk about. There really is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on the northern border with illegal immigrants coming into this country because, the Border Patrol is even less effective, arguably, than it is on the southern border. But, of course, the Biden people want to rush as many of these people into the country as possible. And, of course, a lot of them already have been here from the Clinton, Bush, Obama, and, of course, Trump administrations when Trump didn't build the wall. So here is a lady who is mad that people parked in front. Is this next clip? Oh no, we got the McDonald's fight first. Okay, so we've told you about Walmart fights. Okay, we've talked to you a lot about Walmart fights on this show, and there's something special, about Walmart that just causes a lot of people to fight there. However, what we're noticing in our demographic data and our statistical research here at Campaign Show headquarters is increasingly McDonald's is also becoming one of the epicenters of fighting and combat in the United States of America. So let's see if we have a McDonald's fight. I'm pretty sure that we have actually a fight between McDonald's employees. Let's take a look.
Oh, this is a McDonald's fight.
This is a McDonald's fight.
This is a true McDonald's fight.
Oh, yeah. McDonald's fights are even more vicious than the Walmart fights sometimes. Yeah.
This is an official McDonald's fight. A real one.
Let me go! Let me go, bro! Let me go!
Oh! The lady with the red hair is very determined. She's not backing down from this fight, but chaos has broken out in the kitchen. Ooh. She's like Joe Frazier. She's always moving forward. She is always moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's McDonald's for you. And let me just tell you, folks. Let's see what we got next. Oh, hey, don't park in front of this lady's house. See, this is one of the other phenomena that is going on in America is when somebody does like a slight offense to somebody else, people really overreact. And I'm really sick and tired of it, honestly. Like in my travels around America, I mean, I wish I could be like Jack Kerouac and be like, oh, it's so inspiring on the road and whatnot or whatever. But as I go around this Walmart strip mall labor colony, what I find is instead of wanting to interact with more people, I want to interact with fewer people, like far fewer people, because so many people now in modern America don't really think about anything other than their own personal grievances when it comes to whatever they feel has been done wrong to them regarding their own possessions. And here is a lady who's insufferable.
Park in front of other people's houses.
You know what? Just stop.
Other people did not park in front of other people's houses out of regard and respect. Out of regard and respect.
Call the cops. Call the. Go. Just call the police if you're not having a good day.
Do not make excuses. Do not make excuses.
Excuse? No, I'm not making an excuse. If you got a problem.
You are.
And
you are. You are. You are.
Calm yourself
down.
down.
I am. Call the police. If you're having a problem, give them a call. If you are having a big problem.
You can't be on the side of mask people. You can't be on the side of the folks who are making the strip mall labor colony so insufferable and irritating. Oh, and goodness, is it ever so insufferable and irritating. And maybe it's because we are being led off a cliff, basically, by a man who has basically no mental faculties. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here is creepy Joe Biden in Maine. He's supposed to sign some kind of executive order, and he forgot to.
The bad news is I'm coming back to shake your hand, but I forgot I didn't sign the order.
Take that, Putin.
All that talk and no action.
At least he's funny. Like,
At least
so stupid,
he's upfront about it. You know me. Ice cream Scooby-Doo. Old Joe.
Oh, Joe. Yeah, forgets to sign.
He thinks there's a cult of personality around him being mentally vacant.
I think so.
And enjoying ice cream and, like, you know, his various other personality traits. Like, he thinks people are really impressed by his football stories. But as we've proven here on the show, the football stories are extremely exaggerated or downright fabricated. He allegedly was on the freshman football team at the University of Delaware. No record that he ever played varsity. And also, he claimed that he didn't go to the Naval Academy because Roger Staubach was there, but Roger Staubach was a quarterback and Joe was supposedly a defensive back. So how does that make sense? Like, why do we just allow this guy to just straight up lie to us from his mentally vacant mind? I mean, those are the kinds of things that kind of tick me off. In addition to the World War III and the trying to, genocide people with mRNA injections and ruining the economy, opening the border, everything else, the little lies, it's just like insulting, It's just yet another insult. Really? You're going to lie to me about your football career, Joe? Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we don't like the globalists. We don't like the globalist politicians. We are hoping to go a new way and go a different way. And one of the reasons the show is still on the air, inexplicably, despite just blind will and passion to keep it going, is because of the good people at Vanish Gun Holsters. Vanish Gun Holsters, ladies and gentlemen. And so I have to tell you this, and I hope you buy a gun holster. Christian gun holsters should be aware of an unfortunate trend that is putting people in danger. Millions of concealed carrying gun owners have made a huge mistake with their holster. Because their holster is so uncomfortable, they've stopped using it. No good. Their quest to defend themselves or others fails at the start. That's why Vanish, VNSH holsters are quickly becoming one of the most popular holsters in America. Thousands of customers say it's the most comfortable holster ever, and when you get one, you'll never stop carrying. This holster also saves you money. It fits 99% of all semi-auto handguns. It works without a tactical belt. It lets you carry in multiple positions, and it carries 2 fully loaded magazines. So you may be asking me, Patrick, do I have to pay the full price of $130 for this gun holster? The answer is no. I'm going to give it to you for $50 off. That's right. I'm going to sell you this gun holster for $80 if you go to vnsh.com/Patrick. If you're watching this show and you're in the market for a gun holster, you'll help me out by buying one from me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so much going on as we watch America flail around, screaming, where's my safe space? Just having like an emotional, mental snowflake breakdown in front of the entire world. I don't think Putin is too intimidated. Certainly China is not too intimidated. And I think that America's enemies are laughing gleefully as the mentally deficient puppet leaders literally lead us into disaster. We had Creepy Joe, okay, he's mentally deficient, forgets to sign the executive order. Remember Mitch McConnell just the other day, completely unable to talk. Dianne Feinstein had to be told, just vote A, just say A, okay? They just had to tell her what to do on the defense spending bill. And then you've got Fetterman, okay, clad in his sweatshirt and shorts, ambling around the U.S. Capitol like some kind of dangerous oaf. Back in the day in the Village, he would be leaning up against a well, whistling with a corncob pipe, and people would be like, don't go near that oaf. Don't go near the dangerous oaf in the town square. Now he's America's oaf in the town square. You can go to Instagram.com/the.campaignshow if you would like to see some of the best clips from this show. And I hope you have a really good weekend. And there's so much to do out there. There's so much fun to have. Get out there, have some fun. Be safe, of course. Don't do anything illegal, but love your country, love your life, enjoy your life, okay? Because we're not giving out black pills here. If anything, we're giving out white pills. Because you know what? The entire world is realizing that just in the last few weeks, the people running us, there's cocaine found at their White House. Remember, you've got that dead guy on the pond on Martha's Vineyard who is Obama's chef, okay? We're still, wading through the pond, figuratively speaking, to figure out exactly what happened there. Very shady situation. A whole lot of great content we have for you next week. So come back to the campaign show, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. I will be right here sitting in this chair telling you the news. I'll see you then.